with us today, David Patrick Bryan. David, we're excited to talk with you, and we just want you to share a little bit of your testimony about destiny.
Oh, well, I'd be more than happy to. Robin, you and Amy, it's just so nice to be with you guys. And it's just, it's lovely. I enjoy talking about this because this is a phenomenal experience that I had in my life. Also, the parents out there that are worried about their teenagers,
Wow.
remember, God's still with them. They're going to be with them. They're with you, and
That's
things are going to happen the way they need to. But blessing in disguise is what we see all the time. Actually, this started back about 1971, 72, and I was I just got a job with a big show band. And so I was in the practice room, and I was playing these chords, and I went through these changes, and then I started putting some words to it. And the words were, there's a love, there's a place, and there's a time, there's a love so fine, it's divine. And then it's, my friend, don't you know what we're missing? This love so fine, it's divine. Well, I wasn't religious at the time. I mean, I wasn't going to church. I wasn't saying prayers. I always was interested in philosophies and things like that, but I really was more into being a young person that wanted to party, you know, and that's, you know, it's not, I'm not saying yes or no about anything. I'm just saying this is where I was at the time.
Right.
So this song really didn't have a lot to do with what I was going through in my life at the time, but later on, it would prove to be something extraordinary. There was a place, and there was a time. And the place was 1986 in the spring. The time, and the place was in Lexington, Kentucky. At the time, I was back into my religion. I'd gotten married, you know, and had 3 kids. I think after I had my daughter, Melody, she kind of changed me. I kind of thinking a little bit more about things in my life. You know, I had the girl. But the boys changed me too, don't get me wrong. Oh yes. but I had this prayer, and I found this prayer, and it was a powerful prayer. It was in novena form. Now, novena comes from the time that Jesus left and ascended into heaven and told the apostles to go and pray. And they went and prayed for 9 days. So the word novem, or 9, came about. So this prayer was to be said every hour at the same time. So if I said it at 8, then I'd say it again at 9, then I'd say it again at 10, okay? So I did that, and I had it planned out to where the last prayer would be said on my break. Now, I'm playing commercial music. I had songs out at the time. I wasn't in Christian music at the time.
Okay.
But I had a song out in the country market, and it was getting airtime, and it was doing good, and I was very, very excited about that. And I wanted so badly to be successful in the recording business. And so I'm saying this novena. And so the very last prayer, I'm at the nightclub I'm playing at, and so I'm saying, where can I go say this prayer? Well, I can't very well just go sit in the crowd because it's too noisy. So I remembered in the motel side of the club that there's a restroom. I could go in there and just lock the door. So I went in there, locked the door, and I finished the novena. So I'm walking out thinking, I'm just happy I finished my prayer for the day. I'd been doing it all day long. And all of a sudden, this experience happened to me. And what I experienced, first thing I thought, as it just went through my mind, that nothing in this world could hurt me. Nothing.
Right.
No fears. Nothing.
So fear just
Didn't exist.
disappeared.
Right. You're right.
Beautiful.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
And
For the people that experience fear,
Yeah.
that's a powerful
Oh.
word to them today.
If he is
It
with
just-
us, who can be against us?
that's
Absolutely.
right. The next thing that happened, I felt this warm, joyful, glowing love that I felt throughout my whole self. I was in love with everybody and everything. You know, I was
Precious.
kind of like that song where a guy goes kiss everything. But I didn't. Believe me, honey, I didn't. But so I felt this love throughout, and it was this unconditional love. So when I read the commandment that Jesus gave us to love as I have loved, then I realized the unconditional love, and I realized that I went and experienced heaven.
At what point did you, because you were not walking with the Lord, and there was
Right.
a point which you made a major change in your life, and you said,
Yeah.
I'm going to serve you.
Well, about 84, I've been realizing all along that I needed to do something. I was wondering, should I be this or should I be that? And then I realized that, you know, being a Christian was what I was, and it's what I had been. And I just need to go back to my Christian way. I guess the reborn would be the way that's said so many times. But I realized that, and plus I think having children, having things, and you get more serious in your life. But the blessings that come from these choices that we make are immense.
That's right.
You know,
that's right. So you've faced several trials in your life too that have deepened your passion.
That's right.
Can you share any of those things that you?
Well, yeah,
Everybody walks through trials.
One thing that comes to my mind right now is I was going through I was praying, and I said, God, you say, you know, you got all this, don't do this and don't do that. You got all these precepts,
rules.
these concepts. I said, I remember saying this in a prayer. I'm a simple-minded person. And I said, can you give me just one thing I can hang on to?
Beautiful.
Well, I heard a voice. People gonna think I'm crazy
No,
saying
no,
all this
no,
stuff, but I tell you
no.
what, if I am, I like it. You know?
Absolutely. You need to hear it.
But I heard this voice. It was so loud, and it was inside of me. It was like I shouted at myself. And it was just one word. And it was amazing. I mean, it could have been love. It could have been all kinds of things. But it was just one word that summed up a lot of words. And it was kindness. And he was telling me, that's what I need to do. David, you need to be kinder. You need to be gentler with people and gentler with things and this. And every day when I'm not, I realize I almost hear that word. I almost hear that shout again.
Beautiful. So that one word
That
really
one word.
started to change in you a new person.
It really did. It really helped me to put my compass and get it focused. And it also made me realize that God agreed. I am a simple-minded person.
Isn't that the way God wants it? His message
I think
is
so.
very clear,
I think
very
so.
simple. David, would you share your website and your information?
Okay, it's just my name, but it's www.davidpatrickbryan, and Bryan spelled BRYAN.com.
Good.
So if David Patrick, everybody's got it.
DavidPatrickBryan.com.
All three first names.
Great.
And we look forward to your new CD and your new
Thanks.
song
Thanks.
coming.
And I'll get you a
That's
copy
exciting.
when I get it.
Be sure to visit his website, pick up his albums. You will enjoy the time, and we thank you, and we'll be back in just a minute.